guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We're back here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete, and guess what? I have that one legendary truck people will keep talking about 10, 15, 20 years from now. This is it. This is a 2022 refresh, updated Ford F-150, but this one is the bad boy. This is the F-150 Raptor. But before we get into this full-on off-road capable, see what I did there? Full-on off-road capable Baja running pickup truck. Let's talk about what's going on here. The Raptor. That name has come to exist in the auto industry whenever talking about the baddest off-roader. Back in the mid-2000s, that's when the Raptor came out. It was revolutionary because literally it had equipment that many trucks would use in the Baja 500 and Baja 1000 races on a production pickup truck. Now, since its early beginning, especially being an SVT, Special Vehicle Teams vehicle, things have changed at Ford. SVT is no longer, it's now Ford Performance, and instead of a naturally aspirated V8, we have a twin turbo V6 in this truck. Now for 2022, they did make some big changes, especially when it comes to sound, because that was one of the things people were missing with that naturally aspirated V8. But what I want to find out is this the best new performance truck to buy right now? Or should you go Ram TRX? Or should you wait for the Raptor R? Let's go ahead, let's dive into our Ford Raptor for 2022 and find out. Right off the bat, what I love about this particular one is that it doesn't have a lot of options. And I know that may sound weird to say, but I like to show the different levels of trims with the vehicles that we feature on Rady's Ride. So up front, you're gonna get that whole new refreshed lighting system. So you'll see how we have that more rectangular large shape, full LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, and then you'll notice that extra width. That's one of the things that with a Raptor, ever since day one, I fell in love with them just by the sheer width and size of the truck. Not only do we have width of the front fascia, but also the fender flares. We have our new updated lighting on our fender flare. This is new for 2022. And just like before, they hollow out that front full steel bumper to allow air to flow through, and you don't have to worry about busting anything as you're going off-roading. Now, as you come across the front, new grille shape, that flat metallic gray with the Ford badge. We have to run our auxiliary lights in this section of the grille because of the width. This is DOT required, but they updated the lighting. I love the way they kept it clean within the grille, full functional. And then as we drop down, we have more functionality in the center. You got those massive tow hooks that are going to be able to pull the TRXs out of the mud, out of the dirt. And then of course, knock, knock, steel protection all the way underneath the belly of this beast so that it will be protected as you're going off-roading, rock crawling. This thing is one capable truck. Now, when we get up onto the hood, something different from the TRX or even the Raptor R is gonna be the hood. Now, on the TRX, you got a functional hood scoop. This one does not. You have a functional heat extractor. If you go Raptor R, you actually get a bulge because remember, the Raptor R is gonna be supercharged V8. This one is lower, but it is functional. Everything else, nice, clean, muscular design. Now, when we come around the bend, what are we working with wheel and tire setup? Because this one doesn't have a lot of options. These are your standard 17-inch wheels. No beadlock wheel. We have 35-inch tires. Yes, you can option for 37-inch tires. That's something new for the 2022 Raptor. But we have our standard 17-inch wheel. Still looks good. Machined aluminum with the metallic gray finish. If you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of these BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2 tires? You're looking at 315 on the width, meaty 50 series sidewall, and then I'm gonna have Steven kind of zoom in and show you the upper control arm, the springs, the shock absorber. Remember, this has Fox racing suspension. It's that new live wire technology. So what does that mean? That means every nanosecond by itself, the shocks are adjusting the amount of compression and rebound damping all four corners, no matter if you're on-road or off-road. That's the great technology that this Raptor brings. You'll see that flat gray on the fender flare. I like the way they went with flat gray rather than just flat black plastic like on the Raptor. You do have your functional side vents. That looks really clean, very muscular, very powerful and performance-wise. We have painted, color-matched mirrors. You have your Raptor. These are Raptor-specific running boards. And then you can see the sheer size of this beast. This thing is an animal. Now, as we're working our way towards the rear, I'm gonna have Steven kind of zoom in and show you the top of the Raptor Fox Racing suspension. You can see the bright orange. That's that live wire technology. And then coming all the way to the rear, you'll notice that we have more of that updated lighting. I like the way they built it right into the fender. This one does not have the graphics package. A lot of people don't like the graphics package. They say it's too gaudy. This one is nice and clean. And then coming around to the rear, we have a unique addition, an accessory. This is actually a bike rack that bolts right into your towing hookup capability for a trailer. So nice to be able to show it with something a little different. Of course, we got our Raptor badge, our updated lighting. Steven's gonna give us a peek inside the bed, since obviously I can't open it right now, but there's that large size bed, power sliding rear glass window, and then we're gonna kind of like drop down on the corner here. The reason why I wanna stay right here is because of the exhaust. For 2022, they went with a 3-inch exhaust all the way back from the front to the back of the vehicle to give us a different type of sound, a more beefy sound. We're gonna find out if it really worked, but why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see what's powering our Raptor. All right guys, we got the hood popped. You have those hydraulic hood struts underneath the hood. No, we don't have a 702 horsepower V8 like we do in the TRX. We don't even have a V8. We have that twin turbo V6. I do like the engine cover, especially with the Ford Performance badging and the Raptor name on it. You're looking at that 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 pumping out 450 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque. It's made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission and 0 to 60 in 5 seconds flat, quarter mile 13.8 seconds at 100 miles an hour. Top speed is 120 miles per hour. The vehicle weighs 5,947 pounds, MPGs 15 in the city, 18 on the highway. The biggest benefit to having the V6 is you're gonna have less weight overall for the vehicle, especially hanging off the front end, and of course, MPG numbers. 15 in the city may not sound fantastic, but when you look at the TRX gets like 12 miles a gallon. So you could see the difference there. But why don't we fire it up and hear what this new exhaust sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside this 2022 Ford F-150. This is it. This is the Raptor. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I've always wanted one of these trucks. Just like you, the day I saw my first one, I fell in love. I really don't care that it doesn't have a V8. I don't need a Ram TRX. I'm not trying to compensate for something that's in between my legs, so to speak. How much is this Raptor? So starting MSRP is $70,000. Check out Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete's website to see what the price is of this particular one. But let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels. Same exact style as any other F-150. So up top you have that neoprene material. It's like a wetsuit material, easy to keep clean. I do like the white contrast stitching. The rest of it is a nice sort of like flat satin gray finish, no gloss black. You do have the required Twinkie holder in the center there for Twinkies. And then the door pocket, that thing is perfect for going to Taco Bell. You could fill it up with 24 tacos and 2 burritos and 2 drinks. That sounds like a fiesta to me. Now going from the door panel to the dash, same thing. That neoprene material, it is soft, it does have the stitching. I love the sort of like the metal style finish. Even though it's plastic, it looks really clean. And then guess what? No matter which way you go, you get your 12 inches. 12 inches of visual infotainment screen. It's the Sync 4 system, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, navigation. What I do like is the way you could scroll through the side here to get different readouts, different information. You got your zone lighting. Let me throw it into reverse. There's our backup camera. Very clear. Put it back into park. On the bottom end, we do have all the volume controls for the radio and the AC. Plus, we got ventilated seats and heated seats. There's more of that silver finish on the center lid. Open sesame. You got enough space in there, I would say, for 8 Three Musketeers and 2 packages of Reese's peanut butter cups. USB-C, USB-A. You do have a nice holder on the side for some bananas if somebody doesn't want to eat the junk food. Keep a couple bananas there. I'll close this up. We got our 2 cup holders. Raptor key fob. Doesn't say Ford, it says Raptor. You got remote start so you can impress all your friends at the Cars and Coffee events. We have our leather shifter for the 10-speed automatic. Yes, this does fold down. No, you can't do it while you're driving. But that allows you to free up the space. We got a little bit of a Trapper Keeper pencil holder here for your mechanical pencils. Soft material on this massive center console. Open it up. You could easily put, I would say, 1 football and 4 baseballs. So when you're done playing with your balls so that your balls don't fly around the inside of this truck, you could put them in there, and you got a USB-A in there. Close it up, seats. The leather, the Raptor name, nice material, grippy on the sides. You do have all your adjustments for the seat controls. And then, of course, I got plenty of room over here and power seat controls. No sunroof on this particular one. And I do have the auxiliary switches. I like these because you could add your exterior lighting, you could add a winch, whatever you got, and then just power it up right through these switches up here. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind this Raptor branded steering wheel in our Ford. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have a couple memory seat settings, and you got the power adjustable pedals, which are just really nice. And of course, you can move the seat 7 different ways from Sunday. I'm 6 feet tall. I got plenty of room in here. I mean, you're swimming in space in these F-150s. And then the steering wheel. Love the way they went with a sportier wheel. You got that bright orange top dead center, the contrast stitching, the Raptor name. The one thing that's the biggest zonk is this ugly horn button. Get rid of it. Do something more special. This is a Raptor, for freaking Pete's sake. You do have these large paddles that are magnesium on the back of the steering wheel. And then the dash, they did a great job. 12-inch display, and then watch this. You go through your different modes, and it changes. So we're in normal. You could go into off-road. You go into Baja. It's like playing freaking Gran Turismo. Rock crawl all the way through. And then, of course, we even have a sport. That's where I'm going to keep it. Very nicely done. That's going to adjust everything with how the engine runs, the transmission, and the suspension. But why don't we get into the back seat, and then we're going to go on throttle in this Raptor. All right, guys, back seat time. And like I always say, these back seats in these trucks, no matter which one you go with, if it's full size, you got more room than a traditional college dorm room. Now, on the backs of the seats, they have large pockets. You could easily put a couple books about dinosaurs back here. Whatever the fascination is with dinosaurs, I know as a kid I love dinosaurs. I'm sure your kids do. Keep a couple books in the back so that they could actually learn about the real Raptor and the T-Rex and the Triceratops and all the other wonderful dinosaurs that if Jurassic Park existed today, we could go see, but that may never happen. Command center, what is happening? You got 2 large cup holders, 2 AC vents, and you got your 12-volt, USB-C, USB-A, and a home power source. So nobody should be complaining that their piece of technology is dead, whether it's a phone, an iPad, or a laptop, unless they left their cords at home. If they did, then you could just tell them, too bad, so sad, it's your fault. Seats, though, feel good, lots of room. You got an oh crap handle back here for your passengers on each side. And there is an armrest, and there's somebody's snot rag in there, so I'm not even gonna touch that. We're gonna close that back up. Power sliding rear glass. I don't know about you, somebody blew some snot back here. I'm ready to go on throttle though. I could care less about the snot. Let's go ahead, go on throttle, and see if we could blow the snot out of our passengers in this Raptor. All right, guys, we left Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete. We're in this 2020 F-150 Raptor. Right away, I just love the way that these Raptors drive down the road. I mean, you would think in a day and age you wouldn't be able to daily drive this truck, but it's so easy to drive that you can daily drive these. Suspension works amazing, whether you're on-road or off-road. And then for the 2022 model year, I love all the changes that they've done, from the digital dash, the 12-inch display. Everything is well within reach, easy to get to, and you definitely can hear the difference with the exhaust sound. But there's that handling, like I said, that whether you're on-road or off-road, works great. On throttle, here we go. So that 10 speed just drops down so smoothly, fires off the gears, brakes work phenomenal. This really is that everything, do everything kind of truck. How about a U-turn? Let's see. U-turn, easy peasy. Use a little bit of the off-road area. And then we're gonna get going once again. All right, guys, I wanna go on throttle from a dead stop. You ready? I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. Gets the power to the ground. And just, I really think that the changes they made with the exhaust have really paid big dividends. And what's crazy is that they've actually looked at the GTR and how the GTR makes sound to produce this particular exhaust, which really shows their dedication in trying to make this V6 EcoBoost Raptor a better Raptor all the way around. All right, guys, going around this nice constant radius bend, handles superbly with that Fox Racing live wire suspension. We are gonna go on throttle from a dead stop. On throttle, here we go. Little tire spin there, but you know what? We get them going. And the great news is, if you want to use the paddles, you have those large magnesium paddles on the back of the steering wheel. We have it in sport mode. Across the top of the gauges, you got boost gauge, your oil temperature, coolant temp. It gives you all the great readouts that you need. And then the braking capability, like I said, on this truck is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. On throttle, here we go. It'd be really cool if Ford was to make a road-going version, a street truck of the Raptor. But even though this isn't a corner carver, it still handles quite well for a lifted truck. Because remember, center of gravity is higher, so obviously it's not going to handle as well through the twisty bits. But surprisingly, this thing still does a pretty freaking good job. But I'm hoping that this has been a good overall review for you and this 2022 updated Raptor, especially this one with not a ton of options. We're gonna get back to where it all started and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been one heck of a day here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete. I definitely want to thank Jeff, Miro, and the rest of the crew getting us access to this 2022 F-150 Raptor, but lower on the trim level and options. Let me know what you think. Is this the truck, that performance truck to buy, or are you gonna wait for a Raptor R, or are you gonna take yourself to a Ram dealership and pick up a TRX? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. I'll come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radies Rides family. We got to give it up to the muscle behind the lens, Stephen Flood Photography, doing the magic. Show him some love in that comment section. Yes, he likes manuals, but there's been talk about him wanting an automatic transmission even more in his next car. So put that in the comment section. Let Stephen know how you feel about automatics compared to manuals. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.